Hi guys, this is Bhargav here to discuss about intermediate zoology. And my videos are excessively concentrated on the intermediate syllabus or the contents of the intermediate portion because I'm a student of intermediate and I just want to discuss my lessons with you guys. So as we keep on moving, so the first lesson over here is digestion and absorption. So actually this lesson gives you an overview of what is the physiology of digestion in your body. So as we so we can actually get started. So the moment you open this chapter, you come across you come across this paragraph. So what he explains in this paragraph is that he actually explains you the movement of food across your digestive system or your alimentary canals and all these. So if you actually want to understand this paragraph, it's just enough that you go across these names. The food first moves into the buccal cavity, and then to the pharynx. It then goes into the esophagus and then the stomach, and then there's called the duodenum. It's a part of your small intestine, and then it moves across your intestines and the large intestine, and finally the anus. So the movement of food from your mouth to the anus is called it's actually the process of movement of your food through the digestive system. So it's only that has been discussed over here. And here the guy mentions about anterior and posterior parts. So the moment you read these words anterior and posterior, you often get confused. So anterior is something which is in your front, and posterior is something which is in your back. So the moment someone tells you that the part is anterior, you must actually imagine that it being something of front or something ahead, and something which is posterior is something back. So you're actually standing facing towards something. So what is in your front? Mouth is in your front. And what is in your back? Anus is in your back. So anterior is front and posterior is back. So that's it. So anterior mouth and posterior anus. And then we move into the first part of our digestive system, which is called the buccal or the oral cavity. So actually over here, these topics have been discussed in the way the food moves into your body. So firstly, the food moves into your mouth, and from where does it reach your mouth? First, it has to pass through your lips, which are called the labia. So lips are called the labia. And then through your lips, the food crossing your lips, food moves into your buccal or the oral cavity. So the cavity is something which is called a hole. You always know that. So food moves into your oral cavity or your oral hole. So this cavity consists of many parts. It consists of the teeth, tongue, and the palate and all these things. So the oral the contents or the constituents of the oral cavity have been discussed all over here. So actually when you first move into your oral cavity, the first thing you find over here is a palate. Palate is something which often confuses you. Actually this thing some detailed explanation about the palate has not been explained in the textbook, but I've actually surfed through some other videos and I just found out I've just seen this about the palate. So this thing is your mouth. This is your buccal or the oral cavity, and these are your teeth and the anterior region. So this is the front. So this is the anterior palate and this is the posterior palate. So the jawbone which holds your teeth in the upper row, which is connected to your bone, is connected to a bone which is called the palate. So this palate keeps on moving and gets soft, the bone over here then disappears. So the hard palate which constitutes of a bone is called the posterior palate, and the palate which is soft is called the soft palate. And you can actually find the soft palate protruding into your oral cavity at a point. See this? The soft palate goes on and then it hangs. This part which actually hangs is called, I'll show you, it's called the ovula. So this part which hangs over here is known as the ovula. I'll actually write it down over here. So this is everything which is mentioned about the palate. So and I actually forgot to discuss something. This hard palate constitutes of something which is known as the Platen rogue. Actually, the hard palate is lined by it's actually a series of convoluted skin. So your skin over here is very rough in your hard palate. So the moment you just reach your tongue to your hard palate and just you can actually feel some ups and downs and all that over there. So that is called the Palatine rogue. So the hard palate is the hard part of the upper side of your mouth. So you can actually feel that something is gone on rough over there on your roof of the mouth. And then as you keep on moving across the roof of the mouth, you find the roof becoming softer. So you're actually moving through the hard palate to the soft palate, and though your tongue cannot reach into the down back there, but the moment you actually roll your tongue across your soft palate, you can actually find something which hangs down there, which is actually called the uvula. That's it. So and the next thing which is mentioned over here is the teeth. So where actually teeth are ecto-mesodermal in origin. So something which is an ectodermal origin is, we've actually discussed about the coelom in our previous classes. So which is something in we actually have got a brief knowledge about ectoderm, endoderm and all these. So teeth are of an origin which is ecto-mesodermal, which in the sense the outer epiderm, the outer endoderm, the outer ectoderm and the mesoderm constitute of the teeth. So teeth in the human body are fixed in the jaw sockets, socket of a jaw bones. So this kind of arrangement of your teeth in your mouth is called thecodont. The first thing you must remember over here is this word thecodont. These words are usually given in MCET questions, so you must actually remember all these words which are given in blue. These are the words which are actually concentrated in these competitive examinations. So the first thing is thecodont. What is thecodont? The arrangement of your teeth within your jaw bones is called thecodont. So in mammals you find two sets of teeth, which is called diphodont dentition. So everyone knows that as we were babies, we had something we had milk teeth. So milk teeth just wither off, and you get some other teeth which is called the permanent teeth. So the milk teeth are called deciduous teeth, and permanent teeth are called adult teeth. So you wither off your milk teeth and get adult teeth. So this type of dentition, which consists of two kinds of teeth, deciduous teeth and permanent teeth, is called diphodont dentition. So you lose your teeth once and then gain them again. So it didn't die over here, means two. So diphodont dentition, I don't know what's the meaning of phodont, but the moment you see diphodont dentition, you can actually remember these words by looking at the word di. Di means two. Diphodont dentition is the way where your teeth gets withered off and you get a new teeth. So you've got two sets of teeth, right? So diphodont dentition. So an adult human being has 32 permanent teeth. So actually most of us made when you keep on counting your teeth in your oral cavity, then you might have found just around 30 teeth. So then where are the 14 gone away? It's just that, see, you've got 30 teeth, and 4 teeth are the wisdom teeth, which actually we get around 21 years of age. So it's an adult constitutes of 32 teeth, but actually an adult who's around 18 years of age may or may not contain 32 teeth. He actually contains just 30 teeth. 28 teeth, sorry. So the different kinds of tooth are mentioned over here, and you see this. These two are the incisors, and this is the canine. So incisors help in cutting the food, canine helps in tearing the food, and premolars and molars help in grinding the food. So this is the it's the arrangement of tooth in your mouth, which is actually repeated order, which is actually in a repetitive order. So you see that this arrangement is repeated again over here, and the same in your upper and lower regions of your mouth. So you can see that. So this kind of arrangement of different kinds of tooth in your mouth is called heterodont. Hetero is different, dont is teeth. So heterodont dentition is difference in arrangement of teeth in your mouth is called heterodont dentition. So you can see that. So this is another word that intermediate students should remember. Heterodont dentition. So I'm just looking through the camera, so my lines are not so straight. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, this guy just discussed about the dental formula over here. So yeah, actually the first time I've actually gone through this dental formula, I just found it so confusing, because this guy, you shouldn't remember this as a division. Previously I thought that this was a division. I just applied many mathematical formulas upon this, and I just failed miserably. So this is actually not of a division. It's just 2, 1, 2, 3. 2 is the number of incisors you have in your teeth. 1 is the number of canines you have in your teeth. 2 is again the number of premolars you have in your teeth. And 3 is the number of molars which you have in your teeth. So this type of arrangement is only seen in half part of your upper or the lower jaw. This arrangement is again repeated the other way over here, and the same arrangement is repeated both on your upper and the lower jaw, which I've already discussed before. Yeah. So 2, 1, 2 and 3. This is the arrangement of tooth in your adult. And most of us lack these 2 teeth, both in our upper and lower jaws. So we might have we have 2 molars, 2 premolars, and all these things. Yeah, we actually lose we don't have the last 2 teeth, which are called the wisdom teeth. Yeah, and again this is called the dental formula. So the dental formula is the arrangement of tooth in half region of your mouth. Then next, the dental formula of a baby is 2102, which means that he has got 2 incisors and 1 canine, 0 premolars. So this part in a baby is totally missing. So baby contains no premolars, and he contains only 2 molars. So 2102. So that's the arrangement of tooth in a baby. So yeah, and the thing which I've always kept on discussing is about the wisdom teeth, which is actually discussed over here. So about 21 years of age, wisdom tooth arise in your mouth. So incisors are called chisel teeth because incisors are chisel shaped teeth which help in cutting. So these are the incisors. The moment you first open your mouth, the first tooth you actually come across are the incisors. These 2 teeth are actually you call them rat teeth for some people and all that stuff. So these 2 teeth are helpful in cutting. Yeah. So and this teeth is helpful in tearing, and the others of grinding, which I've already discussed before. Yeah. Sorry if I'm repeating stuff, but I just wanted to give you a greater understanding about this chapter. Anyways, yeah. Then we go into the structure of the tooth. Yeah, structure of the tooth is quite briefly, it's quite briefly discussed in our book, and it's explained good enough so that you can actually read through it and understand it. So actually this structure is the structure of the whole of your tooth. Yeah. So the moment which you actually when you look into your mouth, it's only this structure which you find. But there's another part which protrudes down to your jawbone, and this is called the root. So the upper part of your teeth consists of this white layer. What is this white layer? Actually when you're watching some advertisements, these guys give you say that enamel gets eroded, and when you use my toothpaste, then enamel goes on again, like enamel puts on again. So this is what is called enamel, and this is the toughest part in your whole body. So enamel is made up of amyloblasts. Sorry if I'm not clear, but it's ameloblast. So it's written over here, ameloblasts. Yeah. So enamel is the toughest region in your body, and it is made up of aminoblasts. And the next thing which you come across is here. It's called the dental bulk. Like the bulk of your teeth is consists of this part, which is actually called the dentine. So dentine constitutes a major region of your tooth, which is made up of so I'm sorry, I just don't remember the name. It's odontoblasts. Odontoblasts. Yeah, so this is called this region is called dentine, and it's made up of odontoblasts, and this region is called the crown. Actually, it actually looks like a crown of the teeth, so it's called the crown. It's made up of enamel, and it's made up of ameloblasts, and the bulk of the teeth constitutes of the dentine, which is made up of odontoblasts. And this part is the neck. So we've actually discussed about the crown of the teeth, and now we're going to discuss about the neck. So neck is just a small region of your tooth which is actually covered by your gums. So your gums or the muscles or the skin cells, I don't know what they are actually, but are the ones which hold your teeth in place. So the moment you actually lose the strength in your gums, it's only then that your teeth start withering off in your old age. So old people don't have that good strength in their gums, so that's the reason they lose their teeth. So this is called the neck, which is called the gum. And then this part is called the root. So root is the part which is invisible when you actually look into your mouth. So this is the inner layer of your tooth. This is the inner structure of your tooth. So this part constitutes of dentine first. So dentine in the root is covered by cementum. So dentine in the root is covered by cementum. So it's very simple. So the dentine over here, this region is called the dentine. So this region is again covered by another layer called the cementum. You must actually remember this point, because I think that is an important point. And then after you come across the dentine, you actually see that there is a cavity in here. Actually, there is a very small cavity which is present inside the teeth, but it's maximized over here to give you an explanation of the inner structure of your pulp. So after the dentine in the root, you move into the pulp, and the pulp constitutes of all these nerves, and the detailed explanation of pulp has not been given in our textbook. And the socket in which the root of the tooth lies is called the alveolus. So tooth lies in a socket of your jaw, which is called the alveolus. So and I forgot to explain tell you about the periodontal membrane. So periodontal membrane gives you the lining of your tooth, lining of your inner layer of your root. So the I just said the word wrong. It's periodontal membrane. So periodontal membrane gives you the lining, and something which is actually called peri is outer layer. And this is the outer layer after outer layer of your root. So it's called the peri. And dontal is something which relates to the word dental. So dental is dentine. So periodontal, like outside the dentine, periodontal membrane. Outside the dentine membrane, periodontal membrane. So that's the reason you have to. That's the way you have to remember that. And it's again covered by gums, which is called the gingiva. So that's it. So I've actually given you the brief explanation about the teeth, and I'm actually concluding my video over here. And once again, we actually get an overview of what we have actually discussed. Firstly, he discussed about the movement of food through your body, and then he goes across the mouth and he finds various regions called the hard palate, the soft palate, which I've actually shown you over here. There's the bone which constitutes of the hard palate, and again it constitutes of the palatine row, and there's a layer of skin under your hard palate, and then the hard palate slowly goes on moving, and it gets converted into the soft palate, and then you find you move down the pharynx, and then the soft palate again moves down the pharynx, and then it forms a soft it's like a wormy substance which is actually called the ovula, and that's it. And we've actually discussed about the teeth, and thecodont is the way the teeth are arranged in your gum, like in your jaw bones, and the diphodont dentition is the way you get two kinds of teeth, one milk teeth and the other the permanent teeth. And we've actually discussed about the way two different kinds of tooth are arranged in our jawbone. So firstly, the incisors, the canines, the premolars and the molars. So incisors are used for tearing. Incisors are used for cutting, canines are used for tearing, and premolars and molars are used for grinding. And then we go across the dental formula, which gives you an idea of how the half part of your mouth is arranged, like half part of your jawbone or the teeth in a jawbone are arranged. So that's it. And then it's here 2 1 2 3, which means half part constitutes of 2 1 2 3 is 2 canines, 1 incisor, 2 premolars and 1 molar, which makes a total of 8 in the first half. And then you go again over here, and then makes a 16. So 16 into 2, which is up and down. So I've actually told you that this is the formula of half of your mouth, so half of your tooth in your jawbone. So it's 8 over here, and then you make it again, then it's 16 up and down, which makes a total of 32, and that's the way you calculate it. So and we've actually discussed about wisdom teeth and the molars and premolars, which are used for grinding. And we've actually discussed about the crown, the root, the different layers of the tooth, which constitute the enamel, which is made up of the ameloblast, and dentine, which is made up of the odontoblasts, and then the region of the root, where the root is fixed in the region called the alveolus, and the alveolus the first part in the root which you find is the dentine, which is covered by cementum over here, and then which you move across, then you move inside, it has a small hole or cavity in which pulp is filled, and this pulp constitutes of many nerves over here, and you actually find a twisted network of all these nerves over here. And then so there's the periodontal membrane, and that's it. So these are the jaw bones and all these. These are the jaws which help you hold your teeth, and this is a jaw bone. That's it. That's for today. And in the next video, we're just gonna discuss about the tongue and the other parts of your mouth. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video.